So I finally got my Slayer task to be something different, and it ended up telling me to kill dogs. Obviously, that's not that's not a good thing. But anyways, it's in a game, and I found out that there should be jackals, which is considered part of that Slayer task, somewhere around this lodestone over here. So I'm basically exploring further into the desert for the first time. I have briefly come here because of the tourist trap quest. So I'm not fully like not new here, but this is like my first real time like actually exploring the desert beyond Al Kharid, because Al Kharid is literally all I used to like have access to, and the extent of how much I explored it. Where's the lodestone? I'm not tripping. Did I walk? Oh, I'm in the bandit camp. That explains. So I should go this way. Yeah, so I've never really explored this area. All of it's mostly new to me. And I'm not gonna lie, like this makes deserts look really good. Like the fact that we have like semi-built pyramids, it's actually very well built. It's very well built, very nice. The ambiance, like I have literally, I didn't even know this map exists. This load can only be activated by accessing ancient. Bro, what? Man, I came all the way here. I can't even unlock the lodestone, bro. Anyways, I know the jackals are somewhere here. So we're going to find the jackals. We're going to start doing our quest. I believe the jackals are weak against air, so autocast air. We are slowly using up our water skins, which is not the greatest. There we go. They're the jackals. Hopefully they're aggro. They're not aggro, are they? Why are they so small? They have penguin. Wait, what? Why do they have penguins in the desert? Bro, what? Penguin henchmen. Dude, leave it to RuneScape to have like the most random shit in buttfuck nowhere. Like, I was not expecting this. Now I'm curious to explore the desert a bit more. Like, I don't even want to kill the jackals anymore. I want to see more of the desert. What more weird stuff can we run into? Problem is though, we don't have the lodestone unlocked, so every time I need to come here, I'm basically gonna have to like break an arm and a leg, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie, coming here is a pain in the ass. I have a regen bracelet on. I don't know. Oh, I don't have a regen bracelet on. That makes sense. So do I lose my water skins in this part? Because technically not. It's technically not the desert. Investigate. Move along. Nothing to... Bro, what are you talking about? Nothing to see here. Squar... I can't even talk to them. Oh my god, they have crocodiles. Yo, what the hell? They actually have real crocodiles. Wait, can't Bro, you know what? I'm gonna sound stupid. I'm gonna say this anyway. I'm gonna ask this anyway. Can crocodiles exist in the desert? I guess they can because it's near water. I mean, yeah, I guess they can. What would stop them from existing? They're near water. That's literally the source that they need. Interesting. They're not aggro, which is kind of ironic. I would assume walking next to a crocodile would kill. What the hell is this? Is this a vulture? Oh my god. We have so many different types of NPCs. Now, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more context as to like what I was playing back then and why I know some of these maps and items, but I wasn't members. It's because I was a kid, right? I was literally like 11, 12 years old. My parents hated games. They would never give me $1 for any game ever. If it were, like, they'll pay for anything but games. Like, that was their biggest arch nemesis. So I just physically never had an ability to pay for membership. So I went into private servers, because private servers would basically give you access to member stuff for free, right? And it would be like relatively the same game. Obviously they would what the that? That's the Komodo dragon, bro. So from private servers, I got exposed to a lot of areas. What the hell is a shadow? And oh, why are these aggressive for not freaking alligators? Something ain't adding up. But yeah, I got accustomed to private servers because they would give me access to free membership basically, and I got access to a lot of weapons and maps and gear, but I never really knew like the story or the lore behind it. I kind of just got access to it because the private servers are incentivized to give you shit for free to get you to play. So what the camel warrior? Holy shit, I've never seen this in my life, bro. Oh my god, this is so cool. Yo, okay, this is what I would expect for crocodiles to hang out. And they're still on aggro. What the hell is this? Yo, that shit is creepy. Does it aggro me? It's looking at me. Ah! It's aggroing me. I get out of here. Get out of here. I want to see the other side. Oh, wait. That's all there is. Interesting. I don't think I can climb falling. I'll probably need some agility or some shit. Oh. What the hell? I could actually climb this? This part cannot be related to the desert. Because my water should not be consumed here. Low wall, climb over. Hopefully no requirements. Mummy? I've never seen mummies. Interesting. These are definitely aggro. Let me kill them real quick. But yeah, so private servers. Actually, private servers is how I got into software engineering. I started learning how to code to build my own private server. Because I was just genuinely so interested in like being the game master of my own RuneScape world. Because that was my childhood, man. Like this game, I know I started playing 50 years ago, but back then I started playing like 2010, and then I played all the way to like 2000 and... No, I started playing 2008. And I played all the way till like 2011 or 12. So I played this game like a huge part of my childhood was playing this game, like going home and getting ready for RuneScape. So then I learned how to code, learned Java. I didn't really know that much. Like I just knew enough to like get a server up and running and make some basic modifications. Then like around the time this new weapon called Kharidian Sword came out, which had a really good special attack, and it would be extremely powerful in PvP. Like I was trying to experiment with that weapon. Then Primal came out, experimenting with that weapon. Like most of the PvP style back then used to be like based on Helm of Natsot, like full rune armor or dragon armor. Like it would be like Darok with Darok Axe with 1 HP. You would try and like get like a big swing in. Like it would be like those types of gameplay back then. So that's what I grew up playing with. So I was never an explorer, and this kind of the way that I'm playing the game now, like, is a completely different perspective that I'm taking on. Is what the hell? Bracelet of clay, sapphire bracelet. This is not a bad money making. 13k drops there, bro. So this is like a net new way of me playing the game. I've never played this game like this ever in my life. Like I've never explored. I've never looked around. I probably only know like 5% of all the mobs available in this game. 5% of all the areas. And like I know them primarily because of the private servers. So now actually going in and seeing how they're... Because I don't know if like RuneScape changed a lot in the last couple of years. I'm assuming it did. They probably did refactor a lot of the map structure. They probably moved spots around. But like I never knew where things were. Like I was always... In the private servers, you could always just teleport everywhere. And all the teleports would be unlocked straight off the bat. Which kind of, in hindsight, is such a terrible thing. Because part of the point of this game is to actually learn the different teleports and areas. How the hell do I get down? So the part of the point of this game was to learn the different areas, right? And so like as a side effect of unlocking the lodestone or teleports, you actually get acclimated with the area. You know the mobs around, you know the NPCs around. Obviously you're not going to remember everything, and that's why with a wiki is extremely important. But like you get a very good and general sense of like the game, which I just completely lack. It doesn't exist in my brain. So like I can't even claim myself to be a veteran player because I wasn't really a RuneScape player, to be honest. I was more of a private server player if I really think about it. And it's crazy now, 15 years later. I'm replaying this game on how it's meant to have been played. Which makes sense. I was a kid. I was very dopamine driven. I was always like, big number, haha, boo-hoo. Now I'm more like, ooh, shiny. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was never, I don't know. I was never like exploratory kid in these types of games. Like the graphics were nice and amazing, but like it wasn't incentive enough for me to go and explore. And like this is partially why I think a lot of players still play OSRS more than RuneScape 3. Is because they probably explored the world back then and they like fully immersed themselves and understood the world to a very deep extent. And that nostalgic factor really, really hits hard. And like they got used to the OSRS style of the game. I did not, and so this is why I find like their RS3 side a lot better. I actually genuinely am like finding all the quality of life improvements. I'm finding this game to be a lot more polished and a lot more like what an MMORPG is. I find OSRS to be like a classic MMORPG, not your current modern MMORPG. You don't have like crazy amount of skill breakdown. The combat system's very basic. Like there are obviously nuances to it, but overall, like this game has so much more depth and so much more convenience that it actually lets you immerse yourself into the different aspects of the game. And like I am interested to try OSRS next year. Like I keep saying, I am gonna try OSRS again in a year. And I'm interested to see like how this pans out because it'll be a pretty different experience. So where are we at now? We are at Narda. So this is also one of the other spots I kept getting referred to for Jackals, because somewhere up north is probably where the Jackals spawn. What are those flying shit? What the hell? Dude, there's literal Egyptians here, but holy shit. But yeah, man, like, exploring this game is so much fun. We've explored the wilderness. We've explored some of the desert. I mean, I could probably continue on and on about the desert, but like there's so much more areas. There's this part I've never been to. By the way, where I actually ended up moving for my quest was Cataphis, somewhere here. Yeah, Cataphis, somewhere here. That in itself is like a place I haven't really explored. So that is another area I'm gonna go and explore at some point. But there, oh my god, finished by Mithril Crossbow, let's go! Finally! I know I shouldn't, yeah, I'm gonna go back. I want to see my Mithril Crossbow. Somebody finally sold me a Mithril Crossbow, bro. This is amazing. Somebody finally, I forgot to list up the one for offhand though, didn't I? Or I think I did, but nobody's selling me the offhand. But yeah, look at this shit. I'm like using my Grand Exchange. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. If you guys could do me a favor, please drop a subscribe, not a like. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. I greatly appreciate all your support, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out. Bye.